Let me take this off for you so you can see my eyes. LA has shocked me. It shocked me. Let me tell you why. I thought I'm gonna come here and everything's gonna look like Disney Channel. Everything's gonna look hunky-dory. Holy gosh, it was not that. The city smells of of piss. For everywhere in LA is just rich. It's just rich. It's not. There's poor people everywhere. There's homeless people everywhere. There's crackheads everywhere.
You know, this really comes as no surprise. In fact, I remember my first time out to Los Angeles. As many of you know, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I live in New Jersey, New York City area now. So, you know, everybody's been pretty familiar with homelessness. But until you really go out to certain areas in California, you don't really see the level of the gap between the rich and poor that really exists in this country to its full extent in terms of the symbolism and the representation. And then when people come over here, they see it even more firsthand. They hear about our healthcare system. They hear about our education system. They hear about, you know, just the general ways that people in America, the country that's supposed to be number one, actually live. You know, so you come over here from another country and yeah, you're going to be exposed to the fact that, you know, right next to 3 or 4 Bentleys and Ferraris, you might have, you know, 10 or 12 tents filled with people. You know, people are putting spikes underneath bridges to force homeless people out of more wealthy neighborhoods. They're literally persecuting these people while not actually trying to do anything about the economic circumstances that are forcing us into homelessness.
For me, it seems like you're either rich or you're either poor in this city. It's crazy. There's no in between from what I've seen. There's no in between. And I already knew it's gonna be hot, but I didn't know it's gonna be this hot. It's scorching. I'm sweating. Back is dripping as if I've gone to the swimming pool. What's going on? I didn't know where's the wind? Everything is just big. Everything's big. Tell me why a road has 7 to 8 lanes, sometimes 9 lanes. Like, it doesn't make sense. The car, I'm a 6'3" guy. I'm a tall brother. Why is the car bigger than me times 2? In hotels, there's no such thing as floor 13 because it's bad luck. You know, these man believed in juju. They believe in juju.
And these type of economic issues in the divide is only accelerating. You know, we talk often about how the cost of living continues to rise, especially examples like the cost of rent. My rent just went up $55, which really is the lowest that I've heard of. I've talked about my previous apartment, the rent going up $200 2 years ago, 2 lease periods ago. And then many of my friends, their leases are going up $400, $500, $300. You know, all really just because everything's getting more expensive. Now, of course, many corporations are arbitrarily raising their prices along with the inflation rate. But as things continue to get more and more expensive and our government really doesn't, you know, stand posed to do anything about it because of all the corruption, well, there's not really much that anybody can do except get more and more poor and more broke, which unfortunately is what we're going to see a lot more of before things get better, as the country now is moving backwards and our rights, our human rights and our civil rights are being actively taken away from us from this absolutely rabid right-wing Supreme Court. I mean, just this year alone, the Supreme Court has blurred the lines with police officers and Miranda rights. They blurred the lines with open carry laws and being able to challenge gun rights laws. They blurred the lines with just campaign finance laws and made it, as we talked about here, easier to corrupt politicians while they're in office. And as everyone is unfortunately fully well aware of, they've reversed Roe v. Wade. And Clarence Thomas, along with other prominent Republicans, have talked about putting Brown v. Board of Education on the chopping block. They've talked about putting gay marriage on the chopping block. And even though Clarence Thomas, you know, conveniently left, interracial marriage off of there, well, he's just one vote in an overwhelmingly conservative majority court. So even if he doesn't vote for that, well, they could take that away as well. So that's the situation that the United States is in. We're unable to move forward, and the rest of the world is actively seeing that they're moving ahead of us socially, economically, technologically, and, you know, just when it comes to their overall perspective on what it means to be human beings on this planet. So that's why it's up to us, as I always finish these videos, to be the change we want to see and to actually get these Democrats up out of here so that we can move this country forward.